over the end line.
They'll run on first down. Fuller. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They run with James. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Hey, 43. Here we go. He's checking up.
A nice run on 1st down gets him 6 yards to the 31. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Check 13. Check 13. Switch it. Yellow. Blue dot corker.
Now this time Mahomes will throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong. On the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Greedy Williams on the coverage.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Easy. Attack. Scene 6.
Now Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Bradley. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 42 yards.
On 3rd down, it's very simple. Make sure you get beyond the sticks, make the catch, pick up the 1st down. But in this case, he turned it into bonus time and was off to the races for a monster play.
Now here's Mahomes. Washington's got it. And they'll get this down to the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
One thing, if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it, because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
King. Watch Mike. Pick it up.
Mayfield to throw it. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Hey, alert! Hey, alert 33. Hey, hurry!
To throw, Mayfield. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this one complete to Smith. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play.
twist. Watch the twist. Watch that, watch that, watch that.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. The open man is Smith. 23 yards, the final tally. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Check, 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 check. Watch twist, watch twist.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they top 30. They'll run with Sanders. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
It's a gain of 20.
That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Let's go, D.
On 1st down, it's Fuller. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Mayfield looks to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Shift! Watch the shift!
Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Give me that ball, defense! Give it attack, attack! Give me that ball, attack!
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? you make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On third down, they turn to Sanders. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit trying to run it on third down. Probably should have gone to the air to try and pick it up. Instead, the punting unit will have to run on the field.
And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Yeah, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. No gain on the play there, second down. Looking to throw on second down. Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Throwing, Mayfield. He finds Beckham, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Let's go.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Right back to him on first down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. They'll try the left side. It's Fuller, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Third and short yardage. Mayfield. He's got Fuller. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
He's checking crap. Switch. Hey, Alpha. 55.
They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. And this is incomplete. The rookie from Michigan there defensively. That's Devin Bush making the play. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Exit. Check. 3 buzz.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Watch the screen. Finish the game. And turn it out. Check 3.
On third down, Sanders. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis in trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
5 yards on the pickup. A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Check out. Up, left. Out. Real.
Now Mayfield. He's going to sling this deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Here's Mahomes to throw. Complete to Washington. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. Got an open man. It's Washington. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Check right.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the ball.
And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
Mike's 20. Hey, alert 33. I'm coming after you. 80 weapons. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. SOS. Pistol.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield flush to his right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Jim. Hey, 57. Check.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Complete. Smith has it. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. And then defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. It's caught. Smith. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down. Mahomes. This is caught. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal. Once again with Sanders. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Yellow. I'm the blue lady. 59. Me and you all day. I'm coming after you.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. Couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now on 2nd and 13, Mayfield. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Check 9, check 9. Check it back, check it back. Pistol. King.
3rd and long for Mayfield. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
Check 43. Check. Fresno. Hey, alert 33.
4th down, Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Hey, alert!
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And that'll be marked down as their 1st sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the 1st half. But now they've gotten their 1st sack here in the 2nd half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Bravo! 59 Mike. Check, 59. Got it.
Here's Mayfield. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Hey. Attack. Switch. Check 24. Slam. Attack. Jump. Hey, Teller. Showing it.
On 1st down, it's Sanders. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
2nd and 5 now. Mahomes dancing to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And intercepted. Williams loses the football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game. So hold on here. Not done in the fourth. Following the interception, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 35. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the counter now, it's Sanders. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
They'll run. It's Sanders. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on it. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Fuller. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a big play there for the Browns. 79 yards. Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown from 6 yards away. And the Browns get a score closer.
The kicker on for the extra point.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will shave one more off this lead. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And they're going to have poor starting field position as he's out of bounds at his 10-yard line.
At their own 10-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
Watch safety 3. Watch safety 3. Fight on these 2. Fight on these 2. Check 3. Check 66. Bullet high.
Now this time Mahomes will throw. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. The Browns drive about to get started. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
That's taken in by Callaway. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. Check 59. 59. It's been a long day for you. Regular. Point it right. Pistol. Rail. Why? Get wide.
Mayfield on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Let's get in there. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. No.
Mayfield now. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And again this time to the tailback. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season everyone's goal. Win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for Pittsburgh, they're setting themselves up as a